Hey everybody, so today I just want to be showing you a quick little video about how a technician will actually get in a laptop and what to look forward to while you diagnose it. And nothing really seems as it does seem. So for this customer, this is a Asus laptop, just a Windows basic Asus laptop there. It has nothing to really do with the actual model or anything like that. And I do apologize if you hear any rumble or anything like that. They're doing construction outside. I don't know why they're doing it in the middle of a workday, but anyways. Just ignore that if it does happen. I'm sorry for the rumble or any other banging noise that they've been doing, but definitely down below they've been doing. We are on the second floor, so they go below and they're doing something on this construction's been going on a while. But anyways, don't worry about that. So the diagnosis starts usually when they drop it off. So you want to see the issue, you want to see what the customer sees, and you want to give whatever the customer wants from it. So in this case, this is a laptop. From what he described, it is an issue where the operating system just keeps loading and loading and loading, and it never loads to Windows. The next issue we want to ask is how did it happen, or did it happen during an update? Did it happen just randomly, or did it just freeze on you, or what the issue is? So with those questions, you can try to determine more if it's a software issue or if it's a hardware issue. From what he described, it was a hard reset, and the fact that he actually held the power button down to turn it off. Since he tried turning it back on, it would just keep looping through Windows, and it will keep restarting and always stay out the Asus logo. The customer did let us know is that the data is the most important thing that's on here. So we want to focus more on getting the data off of the drive itself. What we want to do is we're trying to rule out to see if it is a hardware or software issue. The fact that he told us that he did a hard reset on it, we're hoping that maybe it was just some type of operating system issue. Maybe there was an update going on in the background. But it's always hard to say, because the main reason why you would do a forceful shutoff is mainly because something is freezing and or something isn't responding. So the first thing we can do is we're going to take our Windows to Go USB. We actually did make a video on how to make this and how to set this up, and this is something that would help with our troubleshooting, and we can kind of just go from there. And this is going to have something at least we can try to get the data off. We're going to bypass his Windows, and we're just going to boot right to that device. So you can go into the BIOS itself there, and from the BIOS you can actually go, and especially for the Asus, it's pretty straightforward. In the BIOS, and then you can hit which one that you actually do want to choose to boot to. Sometimes you have to turn on and off secure boot. Usually Windows to Go passes by secure boot because it's not really third-party software or anything like that. It is legit from Windows and Microsoft.com. So we want to go through that, and we actually do get the same exact issue that we had before. So most likely it's trying to boot, and then it's trying to go through the same process. So at this point, what we're really thinking is, okay, we can turn off secure boot, we can do that. We try another bootable USB. You can also put in like a Linux USB or anything else just to try extract the data. We still get the same issue over and over again. We did get a boot screen, at least a splash screen on one of the other OSs that we have for test here, but it would still loop over and over again. So at this point, what you really want to consider is that it most likely isn't an operating system issue anymore, and we want to focus more on it looks to be like a hardware issue. So we do notice actually on the top case of the cover here, especially for this laptop, we do see that there's a little bit of liquid damage, at least on the top case cover. You always want to see if there's anything that you can expand on. So we do notice that, so that's something we can always consider, is there's probably some type of liquid damage on maybe the side of the board, maybe the RAM got impacted, or anything else. Some of these models usually do have soldered RAM, so it does make it a bit more difficult, especially if something does go bad, or maybe there's just some type of liquid on the board itself. So let's at least open it up, and that'll be the next step we can go, because at this point there's nothing we can do software-wise. So let's open it up. And we can see when I'm removing that little top rubber piece in the corner there, I can actually see it's a little bit hard to show on camera, but that it is a little bit stripped. So in my eyes, what it does look like is someone did try to open it. I don't know if they exactly did open it. Maybe they did because it's just a regular Phillips head screwdriver, but everything else looked pretty normal there. And that's the only screw I really saw that was a little bit stripped and someone really tried to open it. So at this point, from when I'm going to so at this point we can stop and at least think that this is probably some type of hardware issue. There's no reason to really open up a laptop, especially if this issue has happened. Maybe he tried to fix something himself and then there was definitely an issue. He's not saying something or anything like that. So more signs are pointing to a hardware issue. So we're going to open it up, and we can inspect the board itself. Of course, you always want to unplug the battery there. And we want to see if there's any liquid damage, any type of impact anywhere. Again, because it's turning on, we're not super concerned about it. We're mainly focused on what the customer wants, and that's the data. So we're going to turn our attention mainly just to removing the actual SSD itself here. And what we're going to do is do a quick little visual inspection to see if there's any liquid damage. They usually have stickers on top of that. If that's been tampered with or if that's been soaked and wet, then you at least you can see it, or if there's any corrosion or burn marks. Those are good indicators, at least that's being impacted. But it looks pretty clean, and we're not going to worry about it. So the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to plug it into our little external reader. This is an M.2 drive, but it's not an NVMe drive, so we can plug it in a regular SATA version of an M.2 external device and plug it in via USB through our actual computer that we have here for diagnosing and other work. So we plug it in here, and we're going to go see if it gets warm. We plugged it in here, and we do feel that at least the SSD is getting warm, so that's always a good thing. And we want to go just right now, we want to go right to Disk Manager and see if it's going to show anything. We pop up Disk Manager, and we just see our drives that are local in the machine there, and we don't see any other external drives. And since the actual drive itself is getting warm, there must be some type of issue with the actual drive itself. So at this point, we can totally rule out that the laptop is giving the issue, so we're not even going to focus on the laptop anymore, and we're focusing on the data now, because we do know that there is definitely an issue with the hard drive itself. So I'm kind of waiting for the rumble to go away. I don't know if you guys can hear. It's really... wait a little bit longer. Okay. So right now we're gonna put it under the microscope and to see if there's any damage that we can really see with liquid, any corrosion, any burnt chips or components or anything like that. If there was anything, again, we would see it at least over the little pieces, the little warranty and the little serial number sticker that they put over it. And we're just gonna do a visual inspection completely on the actual drive itself. We didn't notice any type of liquid or any very obvious corrosion or anything else with it. So at this point, what we need to do is we need to stop what we're doing, because there's been no authorization for any repairs, and we need to inform the customer of what the issue is at this point, and in fact that he's going to most likely need a data recovery from the actual drive, because there's most likely a short somewhere on the drive. You don't want to be working on the drive, obviously, because the customer hasn't authorized it. You should never work on anything until the customer is okay with the diagnosis and then is aware of the price and wants to go ahead with it. Fortunate for us, we are a data recovery center, so we can not only just offer repair options for the laptop, like just replacing the solid state drive and putting a new one in there. We can also give options for recovering the data, and that's what he wants in the first place anyway. So we're very fortunate that we can do this. We do have a PC3000, and we have micro soldering skills that we do pride ourselves in, and that we do here. And we're able to fix components and possible issues with the actual boards themselves, and any other type of issue that we could do for at least for data recovery. So we do lots of head replacements. We have a clean room. We have lots of different tools for that. For this one, because it's just an M.2 drive, we can maybe repair the actual components or anything else that's been going bad on the drive. We can see if there's a NAND flash issue, but most likely for this, it's not. It's probably something isn't like that. It's probably more of just a component failed on the board itself. Maybe need a donor board, and then we'll kind of go from there. But it doesn't matter, because we have to wait and see what the customer wants to do. And from there, then we can do the repair, and then we can spend time on it and work on it and do the lovely data recovery that we like to do. So I bet at this point now we need to just inform the customer and let him know, see what he wants to do, make his own decision. Anyways, guys, I do apologize if you've been hearing rumbling and a little bit of rumble noise outside, just a little bit of construction there. Trying to make this video as short as I can, but I just want to describe it as best I can too. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please like for more content like this. Please subscribe also for much more stuff we do. We also do lots of data recoveries, liquid spills, micro soldering, Mac repairs, MacBook liquid spill repairs, do all those great stuff. We're very well versed here in what we do. Check out our store. We also do have all the links in the description below. All of our contact information is there as well. So really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.